from Sheffield, Ryan Hardy.
Well, Ryan Hardy is very much cut from the same cloth as Wayne Reed. From Barnsley to Reeves, Sheffield, but he is a tough Yorkshireman, and he always comes to fight. I've seen him quite a few times, and he always provides value for money. And I have absolutely no doubt that he will again tonight.
And please welcome his opponent from Slough, Tommy Tia.
Well, Tommy Tia, 27 years old, 9 fights and 9 wins. And he needs to get the win tonight to set up that match with Temuka Mucha, as expected to be in December. Mucha is a good fighter. When I saw him against Ochieng, he really bullied Arian Ochieng a bit. The size difference between them was immense. Mucha just walked through his punches, wore him down, and in the end stopped him.
This is a super welterweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black shorts with the orange trim. Weighing in today at 10 stone, 10 pounds and 6 ounces in his 16th professional contest, from Sheffield, Ryan Hardy. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing the black shorts with the white trim. Weighing in today at 10 stone, 6 pounds and 14 ounces, with a record of 9 victories from 9 professional contests, from Slough, the undefeated Tommy Tia. Your referee, Kieran McCann from Harrow. Your timekeeper, Mike McCann from Harrow. This is a super welterweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds.
Well, 6-3 between Tommy Tia and Ryan Hardy. Tommy Tia, you see there with the West Ham crest on his chest next to those pair of boxing gloves. He's a West Ham season ticket holder. First went to the gym at just aged 5. His dad was just a little bit concerned that he might be being picked on at school. Well, I saw Ryan Hardy last October against Liam Taylor up in Manchester. Taylor, a good fighter, operating at light middleweight, took him the distance over the 6 rounds and provided some real entertainment. Reports back on Tia is that he's a lot more impressive in the gym at this stage of his career than he is on competitive fight nights, that he flattens sparring partners when he really punches through the target, but looks just slightly twitchy when he's under the lights. It can take some fighters a little bit of time, can't it, to translate their form in the gym to the stage.
It's very different being in the ring. The real deal, the real thing is very, very different to being in the gym. There's nothing like the real thing. Good little right hand from there. But you can look like a champion in the gym, but then does it translate into the ring? That's another thing. It takes something very different.
Some good body work there from Tia, just banging in the right and left hands. Hardy looking for an uppercut. Well, Hardy doesn't need any invitation to showboat. He loves an Ali shuffle at times, and the wobbly legs, goes through the full repertoire. And he's a decent fighter. He can land punches. Tia just trying to fake with that front foot and maybe draw Hardy onto him. It's a little bit cat and mouse this first round so far. Hardy working out of the Glyn Roads gym, as does Wayne Reed actually. He's been in with the likes of Glenfoot, Josh Leather, Thomas Stalker in recent times, so tough opponents. Glenfoot losing his British welterweight title fight against Sam Eggington. Eggington faces Frankie Gavin on October the 17th in his first defence, the title that Gavin used to hold. Does anybody stand out in your career, Billy, who you fought at an early stage maybe, who did the kinds of things that Ryan Hardy does to try and put you off, to try and sucker you in, to try and upset your concentration?
Yeah, you get the journeyman poking your fingers in their eye, I remember one fight, I remember having the guy sticking his thumb in my eye when I was in a clinch behind the referee's back. Little tricks of the trade. Journeyman, that's what boxing's all about. They keep our sport alive.
But there are so many, aren't there, just banging away on the blind side of the referee. All sorts of little sly digs for dark arts. You have to be well versed in those if you box every couple of weeks. Nice right hand there from Tier to start the round, just chopped down with it. Didn't travel too far. And mix it up to the body as well. Good little combination there from Tier. Looked to touch low, the left there. Kieran McCann had a good look at it.
Good jabs. Getting the jab off well.
Just redding up slightly around the midriff there, Ryan Hardy. Left hand from Tier just missed, and Hardy again just moves that head, taunting his opponent almost. Hardy just trying to step into an uppercut. Right hand from Tier, came from quite a long way back. Hardy showing that he wasn't too bothered by it. Well, Tier just trying to remain patient here. A slight grin on his face every now and again when Hardy indulges in some of his antics. Not easy to look good against an opponent like Ryan Hardy.
It's difficult, but I think he's doing well. He's doing the right thing. He's boxing, not getting too involved, because that's a mental thing. When somebody's messing with your mind, that's what you got. You got to keep your head, keep going about your boxing, no matter what they do. Just keep working, keep doing the work.
Hardy just tapping away with the right glove. Raises the glove at the end of the round. Another round safely negotiated for him. Just falling short with that right uppercut, launching it as he moved forward. Well, had a good amateur schooling, Tier. Around 80 amateur bouts with Repton and Dale that I mentioned. Repton, very, very famous club in the East End of London. A lot of champions have come through there. Talking about Darren Barker earlier on, he was a Repton fighter. plenty of others besides. It's quite a remarkable place as well when you get inside. You can smell and see the history kind of all around you, really.
Pause, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
Hardy just caught on the way in there as he was throwing an uppercut. Again, Hardy looking for that right hand. Just brings it up from the waist. I think he feels that he can sneak one of those through, that maybe the elbows for Tier just flare a little bit wide at times. Maybe something in that, but he looks a good compact fighter, Tommy Tier. Look at that record though, Billy. 9 fights, 9 wins for Tier. Just one by way of stoppage. Would that be a slight concern for you, that there maybe isn't the power there to really move up through the levels?
Yeah, the record speaks for itself. I mean, he's undefeated, which is a great record, but the punch power, yeah, that's something they could work on in the gym. And it's just some people have it more naturally than others, but it's definitely something you can work on and develop over time, definitely.
Hardy just crouches at times. Doesn't really try and use his head. He's a clean fighter, but just dips and covers up well. He's a difficult target to catch. And then looks for that right hand. Got through with a couple there. There was no great weight on them, but always ready with a smile for Tommy Tier. I would say, having seen Temuka Mucha win that Southern Area welterweight title, that Tommy Tier would have his work cut out against Mucha. Mucha is a big welterweight. Long levers, some real power in there. He's got an interesting story behind him as well. Came over from Zimbabwe. Found it difficult to make friends, ballooned in weight, went down to the gym to lose weight basically. He was about 105 kilograms, and now at welterweight he'd be, what, about 70. So that's almost half his body weight he's lost. And it's just the kind of thing that the boxing club can do for you.
That's a crazy story.
That's one of the interesting things about fighters early in their career as well, isn't it? At some point they have to make a leap and try and step up that level. And if he is showing all this form in the gym that people are talking about, then maybe it's going to need him to really step up a level and have it forced out of him for it to come to the surface. Yeah,
the gym's great, but you've got to do it in competition. That's the difference. And then you need a promoter that can keep you busy, get the opportunity to fight consistently on a regular basis, and then that's where you can start to show and progress. Because this is where you learn. You learn sparring, but it is nothing like the real thing. And the busier you can be, the better. If you got visions of being a champion, winning titles, that's what you need to be doing. That's why it's important to have a good promoter, keeping you busy. He's got shows on, keeping you active. Because you can't go stale if you're working in the gym all the time. There's nothing like the real thing.
Seconds out, round 4.
Well, into the 4th round, Tommy Tier in the black and white, Ryan Hardy in the black trimmed with orange. Tier from Slough, Hardy has made the trip down from Barnsley. The ginger bomber, as he's got emblazoned on his trunks.
Fair skin, you can see him getting marked up a little bit around the body.
So many fighters around welterweight. I think worldwide at the moment, it's probably the most populated division there is. It's just a very, very popular weight.
It always has been and it always will, I'm sure. Some great welterweight fighters.
Bit of tape hanging from the glove of Tommy Tier. The referee might have to stop things to get that sorted out. That was a nice crisp combination from Tier. Finished off with a good left hand. And this is good from Tier. He's warming to the task in this fourth round. Good accuracy. Nice bit of variety there as well.
Definitely work on his power shots, because that's fighters will walk through those pitter-patter shots. It's like you got to hurt. You got to be able to hurt people to stop them in their tracks. Then that's the mark of a champion.
Easy work, says Ryan Hardy, as he just rested in the neutral corner away to our left-hand side. What specifically do you do in the gym to work on building up power? What are the drills?
You could do weights, you could do weight training, obviously the pads. It's about position of your feet, where your weight's distributed. It's about working in all areas, really. Power stuff, explosive stuff, weights, plyometrics.
Was it something that you found that you just had, or was it something you particularly had to work on?
It was something I just had quite naturally, but it's something I wasn't a knockout specialist, but I did stop a lot of people. I had that persistence.
That was a good combination there from Tieran. For the first time in the fight, really, Hardy looked like he might really have felt a punch there. He was just caught on the side of the head with a solid-looking right hand as he was trying to slip away.
A lot of fighters have strength and conditioning coaches these days. Fitness coaches, nutritionists, there's a whole science behind being a professional fighter these days. That's something that definitely you could look at, getting himself a strength and conditioning coach.
They're all the rage, as you say. The dietitians as well, helping you do the weight right, get the weight down.
So nutrition is so important. These guys making weight, you're losing fluids, you're losing salts, your minerals. You don't replace them quick enough. Yeah, it's a fine art to get it right, to arrive on fight night in top condition. It's rare that you actually get there bang on. It is an art.
Well, a couple of lads had to skip a little bit of weight off yesterday. Never ideal, but particularly when you get to the high levels of the sport. And you see it quite often now, really. We've had a kind of epidemic over the last couple of years of fighters not even really seemingly looking to try and make the weight, vacate a title, and then just step up, which I'm never a big fan of that kind of approach. If you can't make it, then really you should just be honest about the fact that you can't make it.
Seconds out, round 5.
Fifth round. Ryan Hardy launched himself across the ring with a big bomb with his right hand to start proceedings. Short left hand there from Tier, just sneaked through the guard. I think he's happy just to box the 6 rounds here. Hardy looking for the right hand over the top. Well, that was a nice punch there from Tier, but again, Hardy just wore it with a smile, which must be slightly disconcerting for your opponent, but he's taking his time here, Tier. He'll get a lot out of this. How difficult is it, do you think, to move a fighter along at the right pace? It's something that kind of fascinates me, really. Again, at what point do you let them off the leash?
Yeah, again, that's an art in itself. Having the right management, the right team around you, the right trainers, having the right approach. And it is an art. If you go too soon, that could damage the fighter.
Nice left hand there from Hardy. How many fights into your career were you, would you say, when you had the first fight where you really felt the difference in the standard of the opponent? You really had to dig that little bit deeper and find out that little bit more about yourself. Yeah, my first 8-rounder against Marcel Herbert. It was I think it must have been my 10th fight or something, but that was a definite step up from going to 8-3s, from 6-3s to 8-3s. That was definitely the point that I knew what sort of business I was in. It was a tough, hard night's work. And then you step up, you move up, you train, you prepare, you get guided right, and then the opportunities show themselves, and you have a 10-rounder, then you're ready to go. Then, like you say, you've got to be let off the hook. And if you've got the potential, you get the opportunity, like I did with Mickey Duff as a manager. I got the opportunity to fight at the Royal Albert Hall for the British and Commonwealth Championships against Carl Crook. And that was a night I'll never forget, ever. It was incredible. I was ready. It was perfect time for me. I was 23 years of age, undefeated, and it's perfect timing for me. And Mickey Duff guided me to that point, faultlessly. And he had then unleashed me, and we had a great, successful night. But then I lost it in my first defence against Paul Burke. Then I regained it, and then that's the roller coaster ride of boxing. Sixth and final round between Tommy Tier and Ryan Hardy. Tier in the black and white, Hardy in the black and orange. It's been an entertaining contest, this one, as all the fights have been so far tonight. There can't have been anybody better, really, to guide you through a professional career in the last 50 years of British boxing than Mickey Duff. It was an absolute privilege to be with Mickey Duff. I was with him for 10 years. We had all around the world together. What an experience. The stories that man could tell you. Oh, brilliant, amazing. What a man. What a great manager. Yeah, what a character. He's one of Britain's big characters. And Denny Mancini, my Cutsman, as well, another big character. So I was very fortunate to have a great team of people. My boxing trainer, Jack Lindsay. My dad was always in my corner. I was very, very lucky. Very fortunate to have some good people around me. Well, Tier just trying to put the hammer down maybe in this sixth and final round. It'll require a big effort to get Hardy out of there. Hardy just banging away to the body of himself.
Every fight he's going to have is going to be a hard night. Unless he can find some more power so he can stop them. Because otherwise they're just going to keep coming and coming and coming. And that's for a hard night's work.
With both fighters almost landing simultaneously there. The crowd coming alive to this one in the final half of the sixth round. Tier just getting dragged into more of a scrap here, which is how Hardy will like it.
Good last round.
Mickey Duff ever have any... Did you ever give him cause to have any really harsh words with you?
No. As a fighter, there we go. I would always have to be told to slow down. I gave everything all the time, constantly. I never had any harsh words with Mickey. I've seen him have some harsh words, trust me, with lots of different people. What a character. Brilliant he was. But not only is it Mickey Duff, you had Terry Lawless, Jarvis Astaire, National Promotions was their company. And they were the leading lights in boxing promoting back in those days.
Well, into the final 25 seconds of this fight. Hardy just catching a couple there from Tier, who just shakes out those feet. I think he's looking for another fight before the challenge against Temuka Mucha for the Southern Area title. I think that's the plan, get one more in. And then it'll be a step up to 10 rounds. And the final bell goes. Another entertaining contest, because Ryan Hardy, again, like fighters before him tonight, came here to have a fight.
Great contest. Hats off to both guys. They gave it their all. Brilliant. Again, it's still a great crowd here. Crowd and enjoying tonight's boxing. Great values. Brilliant.
And he looks like he's got the boxing skills there, Tier. It just,
yeah,
as you say, the lack of power to discourage an opponent could be a problem.
And that's, yeah, how far will you go not having that power, the ability to stop people in the tracks? It's difficult. But he's definitely got the ability. He's a great boxer. I really liked his style.
Rounds of super welterweight action. Referee McCann scores the contest 58 points to 56 points to your winner and still unbeaten from third, Tier. And your appreciation, please, for
Well,
Ryan
58-56 there from the referee. So 4 rounds to 2, his verdict. A fair return, that, I would say, for Hardy, for the effort he put into that fight.
Yeah.